Hey everybody, welcome back to My Wings of Refuge. It's going to be an exciting week this week, isn't it? It's Hot Lip's 3rd birthday. Ain't that right? I heard 3 years old. So the majority of my chickens, 15 of them, have a birth date of today. So in honor of their birthday, this year, instead of a fancy party, we're going to do some renovations to the chicken coop. How's that? Today, we're going to work on those roost bars. Ain't that right? So, with the price of lumber being so high right now, I'm opting not to replace them by the 1x4s that we have used in the past. I had actually looked into composite boards, and that might still be a possibility for the future, but most of them come in 1x6s or 2x6s, and I really want 1x4. And so without paying astronomical prices for that, I'm looking for something a whole lot cheaper. Ain't that right? And we like it pretty. Don't we like it pretty, Hot Lips? I know we like it pretty. We also like it clean. So we have a new idea. So I have here some contact paper, straight from Walmart. It's Pioneer Woman. I mainly like it because of the colors. It matches my chicken coop. So we're going to give this a try. So a thing about roost bars, so many times I hear people talking about, oh, you don't need anything fancy, you can just grab some sticks or some dowel rods. Just want to caution you on those things, that chickens are not your average bird, okay? These are heavy birds, and so they need to rest their whole bodies at night. It's nice for them to be able to lay flat-footed. But also in the winter time, it's important for them to be able to lay flat-footed if you live in a cold region or where the weather gets cold at all, because their bodies with all these down feathers will lay on top of their feet to keep their feet warm to protect them from frostbite. Ain't that right? So yes, if you look out, or maybe your chickens fly up into the trees and you have trouble getting them into the roost and they're getting trees, you say, well, if they can lay on those tree limbs, then they can lay inside on a tree limb. Sort of. Isn't that right? They're going to rest easier as long as their feet have something substantial, so they're not constantly having to balance. Ain't that right? So yes, you can use a log or a stick, but you want to make sure it's a decent amount in size so that their feet, their bodies when they lay on them, are completely covered by their body and their fur or their feathers. Isn't that right? We want to make them as comfortable as possible. After all, they provide us a wonderful breakfast every single day. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? So what I do is I like to use a 1x4, because that 1x4 is not a whole lot of weight. It's strong enough to support their weight, and it's easy and flat, so if it ever gets poo on it, I take a little scraper and just run it right down, and there it goes, all gone. Is that right? All gone. We like poo all gone. So today, instead of repainting those roost bars, we'll try something a little different and a little prettier. Ain't that right? Because we like it pretty. Functional, cheap, and pretty. So I've cut the length, but it is so wide that I'm actually going to cut it in half. Get this started. You're okay, girl. So I have my curtains all washed and hung up, and I'm just not loving the curtains with this contact paper. So I am loving the contact paper and I love having curtains. So it's just going to be time to update my curtains soon. I hope you enjoyed today's video, y'all. If you would, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Happy birthday! Mwah.